Sure, it's great to be here. My name is Ira Cohen. I'm from MMD Smart. I'm responsible for our business development and marketing and our global messaging offer, our solution that we provide directly to enterprises. We've been coming to the show for the last 3 or 4 years. It's a great show. It's a great place for us to meet all of our colleagues, sharing insights and learning some new things and partying when we want to, so it's good. Well, that's a great question because I was actually very surprised when I saw this title on the agenda. The title was Uniting Operators, Aggregators, and Enterprises. And is there a need for a realignment of the forces at play? We're all aware of the fact that there are certain jobs that solution providers like us help operators with. But at the end of that, we may talk to the operators, but where are the enterprises in deciding what's the best sort of product to be offering, what the best solutions are? And in the end, I think that as we move forward in the future, there needs to be a sort of realignment of roles. And that has to come from the solution providers going to the enterprises, explaining to them the value of the products that are being sold. The operator can do it also, but the operator is sometimes too large of an organization to cherry pick or tailor make or make a bespoke solution for a particular enterprise. And that's where solution providers like us, who are smaller companies, we're a little bit more nimble in being able to do that. But it needs to be a collaborative effort with the operator. And even if the operator says, okay, let's say for the healthcare segment, I'll have a certain solution provider who knows how to work with healthcare companies, and there'll be a different solution provider who I'll send my hospitality and travel industry companies to, and we'll try and make the niche market solutions using solution providers, which we call aggregators today, which is a misnomer, to come with a better enterprise solution. And actually, the reason why I was happy to have this on the agenda is because a few months ago I was at the WASP meeting in Valencia, and I met a really interesting guy there. His name is Luca. He works for Telefonica, but Telefonica in Brazil created a subdivision called Telefonica Vivo Ads. Vivo is the name of the network there. They created a marketing agency within Telefonica, and they're marketing to marketers. And Luca was hired from Facebook Ads. All of his team was hired from Facebook and Google Ads, and are people from marketing. So there's marketers going to sell to marketers, marketing solutions using all of the Telefonica assets, whether it's video or including SMS and RCS. But they're speaking to speak, they're talking to talk, they understand the agendas and the KPIs of the people who are buying the product. So if you think about it, they basically created an enterprise inside a network operator that's operating as an aggregator. So they combined all three in doing this. And this is a model, I think, moving forward, the industry needs to seriously look at. Yes, well, that's a big part of it is education. One of the things that we've been doing is we've been going to events where our potential customers are. And we were in September, we were in Mexico, which is the biggest digital marketing event in the year. There were 43,000 people. There were I don't know how many thousands of exhibitors. There were 3 companies talking about mobile messaging. 3 companies talking about 3 out of all of them. And this is digital marketing. They don't even consider it part of the digital marketing thing. It wasn't on the agenda. There was one company in the entire agenda, 3 days of agenda, that mentioned mobile messaging as part of their presentation. And we, and in this room, in this building, all of us are from this area, we think this is everyone, gets it. They don't get it. Someone asked, how come there are no enterprises here? Well, we would love to see enterprises talking about their case studies. They don't come here because this is not their major business, it's our major business. We need to go to them, we need to educate them. And so it has a lot to do with education. And the education has to start from explaining to them the value proposition. What's in it for them? Why is mobile messaging better than any of the other channels, the Twitter and the Instagram? And the reason is, I always, when I meet digital marketing companies, I have one answer. I can tell you within 3 minutes if your campaign is succeeding. 3 minutes. Why? Because 91% of mobile messaging is read within 3 minutes. There's no other channel that they can do that they can use in their campaigns that they know within 3 minutes that the campaign needs to be adjusted. For a marketer, that's a huge advantage. But you don't hear this as the value proposition when we go there. And next year I'm putting on the top of our building, this is going to be the slogan, know within 3 minutes. That's going to be our slogan for the new year. That's a tremendous value to someone who is trying to communicate with their customers. Our main takeaway, I think, is that last year we were all here and we were talking about what's RCS, define RCS. What will RCS do for me? And I think now it's okay. RCS is here. Let's get it. Let's get it out to the market. How do we get it out? I think that's, for me, that was the major takeaway from all of this. I think also the robustness of some of the chatbots that we're seeing is actually something that's very, very interesting. One of the things I don't think that we discussed enough today was the chatbot discovery model and how that will be a big part of the RCS business model. I didn't see a lot of that, and I actually said something to the organizers about it. It was missing on the event calendar. But I think that we're seeing a maturity come in. Unfortunately, we're still at the early adopter stage. I'm not probably even pre-early adopter stage. So it's quite a bit of time until we get into mass market adoption. There's always an early adopter stage when you're launching a new product or solution. Then there's a gap until you get to the hockey stick of the mass market adoption. We're not even at that first stage yet. But when we get there, it's going to be really exciting. And I think that we're seeing more or less consensus now from people in the industry that that's how we expect it to go. I think last year there were a little bit more hesitancy about where it's going. Now we see it. We see the 5G. We see the 5G standard coming out, which is requiring RCS support in all handsets. There's going to be a push to Apple to come aboard. So I think that we're seeing more things happening over the last year, which have made it a much more optimistic picture and less of it, what is it? So we're actually building out a more robust sales organization. One of our takeaways from this past year is that we're doing a lot of online and lead generation stuff, but a lot of the enterprise want to see a person. So we're building out more of a sales presence in different parts of the world. That's going to be a big part of our next year. And it's a lot more education. We're still grinding away, trying to get industry understanding of some of the messages that we've been bringing to them. We're seeing a number of the big operators now are getting the model that we're proposing. I'm under no illusion that's going to happen overnight or that everyone's going, oh yeah, you guys. But we think that the more of the industry that is looking at the market is looking at this industry a little bit differently, and it's willing to go with new business models and new value propositions, I think that'll be good for all of us. So even if I'd rather be a small piece of a bigger pie than a big piece of a small pie, so I think that's going to be more of our strategy. In the end, we're a smaller company. We may have big ideas, but we're a smaller company. We need to have collaborators and partners. And probably that's another thing. We're focusing on getting partners to work with us. They can use our platform. They can sell our platform. That's fine by us.